weird that we're even talking about
right. 100%.
that the f***ing guy from Disney is going to fight Mike Tyson, the YouTube kid. And he's also doing this very unique kind of training with electrical muscular stimulation that I've talked to some people that do that. And it has massive benefits of rehabilitating injuries.
I know he's old, but goddamn, he can hit so hard and he's still so fast.
Joe Rogan has now responded to the latest training footage from Mike Tyson, while also cautioning Jake Paul about the enormous test waiting for him inside the ring.
Tyson in his prime. Go back and watch some of those early days. He's just coming at you.
Yeah, he was
He's just
sick.
moving. There's just so much to calculate, and bombs are coming your way, and you're trying to hit it with jabs.
In addition, a specific concern has reportedly been troubling people such as David Benavidez, raising questions about whether it could negatively affect how fans respond to the event.
His age, but Mike Tyson's always going to be a fighter at heart. You know what I mean? So it's really just how he prepares, and it's going to be a good fight, bro. Jake Paul, I think he knows it. I mean, it's Mike Tyson. You got to get ready. So we'll see how it turns.
While David Benavidez praised the fighting mentality of former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson, he still admitted that Tyson's age remains a serious concern in his view. The WBC super middleweight contender went on to explain that Tyson's level of preparation could ultimately play a major role in deciding how the fight unfolds. He also stressed that Jake Paul must be completely ready for the challenge of facing Tyson once they step into the ring.
Just hopefully it's not nothing too crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because Mike is 60, bro.
That's the only thing that worries me, bro. But like I said, if Mike goes on there and gives Jake a good fight, we're not going to be surprised. You know what I mean?
Mike, and he from Brownsville.
At the same time, he made it clear that he still believes Mike Tyson could turn in a strong performance and possibly make things difficult for Jake Paul. David Benavidez added that if Tyson is able to stay competitive throughout the fight, it would not come as a surprise to him at all.
Well, Mike, he's like I say, he's a world champion. He's a fighter at heart. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be a good fight.
Do you like these type of fights, like the influencer or just I don't know what to call it, influencer, but just the fights that's not real boxers in that way? Like, do you like that?
You know what, bro? I don't hate on them. I used to not like them back then, but now that I see that you got these influencers, you got these other people, they're actually showing commitment, they're showing their passion for boxing.
I think Jake.
And at the end, just like
much like Jake Paul himself, many people remain uncertain about how the fight will unfold. Even with Mike Tyson now well beyond his prime years, a large portion of fans and analysts still have not fully backed Paul to win at AT&T Stadium. Despite that, Paul believed the matchup is completely balanced, calling it an even contest with both men having legitimate chances. Speaking on his podcast, Paul explained that he sees the fight as 50-50, while also pointing to several advantages he believes work in his favor. He argued that his youth, speed, sharper reflexes, and ability to absorb punches could ultimately make the difference. Paul also claimed he can strike with similar power levels to Tyson, which adds to his confidence heading into the bout. At the same time, questions still remain about how Tyson's age could affect key areas such as stamina, mobility, and overall explosiveness once he steps into the ring against a much younger opponent. Many observers continue debating how significant those physical factors may become during the contest. Meanwhile, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. made his own position very clear when discussing the highly anticipated matchup between Tyson and Paul. Looking back at the intimidating legacy of Iron Mike, Chavez Jr. said he believes Tyson would easily win if the contest were treated as a legitimate professional fight. He bluntly stated that Tyson could put Paul to sleep with a single punch in a real bout. Chavez Jr. also appeared dismissive of the exhibition format itself, suggesting that the nature of the event changes the entire dynamic of the matchup. According to him, because it is being presented as an exhibition, the fight could end up going the distance and possibly be decided by the judges instead. His comments implied that the format may allow the contest to last longer than it otherwise would in a standard professional setting. There has also been growing discussion surrounding whether the Tyson-Paul event should truly be viewed as a legitimate fight or more of an entertainment spectacle. Addressing some of that confusion, Mike Tyson recently spoke with Fox News and firmly stated that the matchup is indeed a real fight, a clarification that surprised many viewers following the ongoing debate.
Call it exhibition, but if you look up exhibition, you will not see any of the laws that we're fighting under. This is a fight.
This matchup is expected to break away from the traditional exhibition format, with rules and intensity that appear far more serious than what fans usually associate with showcase bouts. Mike Tyson himself has stressed that the event will not resemble a typical light-hearted exhibition, instead presenting it as a fierce and highly competitive encounter. Even at 57 years old, Tyson continues to reject the belief that age has significantly diminished his abilities. The former heavyweight champion has repeatedly shown confidence in his physical condition and remains unfazed by suggestions that his much younger opponent could overwhelm him with speed or energy. Tyson has openly brushed aside the idea that Jake Paul, who is 27 years old, will simply outwork or outclass him because of the age difference alone.
I don't think he's faster than me.
Right. How hard are you training?
I train every day.
For Logan Paul, the upcoming clash between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul feels far more personal than it does for most viewers, especially with his younger brother's future and physical safety becoming a major concern ahead of the event. The topic became a major focus during a recent episode of the Impulsive podcast, where Logan was joined by co-host Mike Majlak along with special guest Paul Michael Levesque, widely recognized by wrestling fans as Triple H. Throughout the discussion, the group spent considerable time breaking down the Tyson versus Paul matchup from multiple angles. During the conversation, Majlak asked Triple H for his opinion on the fight. In response, Triple H admitted that he still has not fully made up his mind about how things will play out. He explained that while he has watched various sparring sessions and training videos from both fighters, he could not tell whether the clips being circulated were recent or taken from much earlier periods.
I'm on Netflix. What happens, dude?
Yeah, this is one of those things where, just for me, my just own personal opinion of how I feel about it, I don't know, can he do this? I see clips of him fighting, but I don't know, or sparring or doing mitts or whatever, and I don't know when that's from. I don't know if that's brand new. I don't know.
During the discussion, Logan Paul tried to compare Mike Tyson to Yoda from Star Wars. Logan explained that Yoda may appear small, old, or harmless at first, but once it is time to fight, he transforms into something completely different and dangerous. However, Mike Majlak quickly pushed back on the comparison, jokingly pointing out that Yoda is a fictional character.
Yeah.
Yoda.
Yeah.
He'd be hoppling around doing whatever. But when Yoda goes
Activates.
to battle, you can't be Yoda.
But that's that's a fiction. That's a movie, man.
Bro, who cares?
I don't know. I just think it's not Yoda.
Well,
It's
just an analogy.
alien man.
And
Following that, Mike Majlak emphasized how important the circulating sparring footage of Mike Tyson could be, especially if the clips are genuinely recent. He admitted that if the footage truly reflects Tyson's current condition, it genuinely worries him on a serious level. Majlak even stated that he personally would want no part of stepping into the ring with Tyson. Meanwhile, Paul Michael Levesque shared his own observations about the matchup, saying Tyson still appears to punch with tremendous force, almost like a tank. At the same time, he also praised Jake Paul for his ability to control distance effectively and keep opponents fighting from the outside.
That's what I was trying to lead.
when I first heard that deal, and I saw the announcement just like everybody else did, and was like, he's gonna fight Tyson, and then just in my mind I was like, oh, that'll be a good pay-per-view, that'll be cool, and all that. And then I heard Netflix and I was like, oh, they're gonna run a pay-per-view? And then when I realized, no, it's just on Netflix, I was like, oh, my kid's a genius.
No, it's gonna be crazy.
It's really smart.
Talking about a recent interview, Mike Majlak pointed out that Tyson openly admitted feeling nervous, even while Logan Paul continued highlighting the challenge of stepping into the ring with someone younger and physically stronger. Majlak emphasized that, despite those concerns, Iron Mike is still viewed as a one-of-a-kind figure, saying that in the interview from 2 days earlier, Tyson carried himself with the aura of someone completely untouchable.
View that he did 2 days ago.
He's invincible.
He correct. But here's the thing. He actually is. He's not just saying, he when he says that, he actually is invincible. He the way he described it, and I didn't expect this from him, he said he's nervous right now. He's nervous to get in there.
You got a young, hungry demon.
Triple H also commented that if even a glimpse of the old Mike Tyson appears for just 5 minutes, it becomes incredibly difficult to deal with. He explained that Tyson wouldn't need to dominate the entire match. Even 5 minutes or a few seconds could be enough to change everything. He added that he's unsure what Jake's game plan will be, suggesting Jake may choose to stay on the move for a couple of rounds and wait for Tyson to slow down from exhaustion.
For 5 minutes. How do you get past that?
Right.
He doesn't need to be there for the whole fight. It needs to be there
Couldn't
for
even be
5 minutes.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. I hear your strategy and I see your strategy. I don't know that I wouldn't just run for 2 or 3 rounds and hope that he gets tired.
Maybe that's a strategy too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Even with ongoing concerns surrounding Tyson's age, the WWE Chief Content Officer praised both Paul and Tyson for willingly stepping into such a physical showdown. Triple H admitted he does worry about the former heavyweight champion's health and safety, but he also pointed out that Tyson is an adult who has a right to make his own decisions and follow the path he chooses.
And then you just come in there and pick him apart. But I don't know. Look, my hat's off to both of them for taking the fight, and I understand people's concerns for Mike and all that stuff. He's a grown man. If he wants to take that challenge, and medically they check him out and they say he's okay, let's go.
Do they test for DMT?
100%.
At the same time, warnings have continued to surface about the possible danger Mike Tyson could face by stepping into the ring with Jake Paul. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman admitted that Tyson could eventually regret making a return to boxing. He reflected on how Mike's professional career originally came to a difficult close, describing that period as a time when Tyson was out of shape and dealing with some of the hardest moments of his life. Suleiman still praised Tyson's legacy, calling him a legendary figure with one of the most remarkable careers the sport has ever seen. He repeated that although Tyson's boxing career ended on a rough note, the former champion has accomplished extraordinary things inside the ring. That he also brought up Tyson's exhibition match with Roy Jones Jr. during the lockdown period, explaining that when people were looking for entertainment, Tyson stepped forward and delivered exactly what fans hoped for. According to Suleiman, Tyson looked impressive in that event and treated it as a true exhibition rather than trying to seriously harm Roy Jones Jr., making it more a showcase of skill and experience. Still, Suleiman believes the situation with Jake Paul is entirely different. He described Jake as a young, powerful, rising fighter who also carries enormous influence through social media. Suleiman explained that if the contest is truly intended as an exhibition, then boxing authorities should support it because it can bring positive attention to the sport and inspire younger audiences who look up to both Tyson and Paul. Even so, he stressed that every boxing match carries serious risks no matter fighter's age or circumstances. Suleiman warned that a single punch can permanently alter someone's life. He noted that the WBC has spent decades introducing safety measures designed to reduce those dangers, including medical protocols, changes from 15 rounds to 12, weigh-ins held the day before fights, along with improvement to gloves and ring standards. Meanwhile, retired NBA star Paul Pierce, who has long followed boxing closely, also shared his thoughts on Jake Paul's rise in the sport and the upcoming matchup during an appearance on the Truth Lounge series on March 9th. Pierce suggested the fight could be heavily planned behind the scenes. He argued that sports once felt completely unpredictable, but now many events appear increasingly staged. Pierce even compared the matchup to professional wrestling, claiming the participants would likely discuss and rehearse aspects of the performance beforehand in order to entertain viewers. Despite criticism from figures like Pierce, Jake Paul continues pushing to make the event even bigger. In a video shared on April 4th, Paul brought rapper Lil Pump into a boxing ring during a promotional moment. As excitement built, Paul asked Pump if he was ready, and the rapper lifted his gloves in response. Moments later, Paul landed a hard left hook that sent Lil Pump to the canvas in visible pain.
Down there, you punch me once in the stomach, hard as f***.
Body shots don't hurt that much, like when you know it's coming.
A few moments later.
I told you how to do it.
With nearly a 30-year age difference separating 57-year-old Mike Tyson and 27-year-old Jake Paul, worries about the former heavyweight champion condition continue to grow. During a recent discussion, Stephen A. Smith pointed out that Tyson is often seen using a cane to help him walk. While Oscar de la Hoya focused on the possibility of Jake Paul damaging Tyson's legacy, Tim Tszyu argued that Tyson's age cannot simply be brushed aside. In comments made to Fight Hype, Tszyu said he hopes Tyson can still pull something off because of the legendary status he holds in boxing, but he also stressed that being close to 60 years old is a serious factor, and that age is far more than just a number based on Tsyu's remarks. It appeared he was uncertain whether Tyson would truly be capable of defeating Paul. Even so, Tyson himself has continued to show complete belief in his abilities and preparation. After footage from several of Tyson's training sessions surfaced online, many people throughout the boxing world were stunned by the level of power and accuracy he still displayed at 57 years old. Following those videos, UFC commentator Joe Rogan discussed the details of Tyson's unusual training approach, specifically focusing on his use of electrical muscle stimulation. During a conversation with Brian Simpson, Rogan explained that the technique is intended to help Tyson recover from injuries and improve rehabilitation.